So, DJI just pulled an Apple, and I'm not too happy about it. Y'all remember the iPhone 7 by chance? People were upset that the headphone jack was taken away. DJI was borrowing from the Apple playbook recently because they decided that the DJI Mic 3 didn't need the 3.5mm jack on the transmitter anymore. They wanted to imitate the footprint of the Mic Mini. So as things currently stand, if you wanted to use your own lavalier, too bad. And that's a shame too, because the Mic 3s, they look pretty darn good. Newly added timecode, better voice isolation, the ability to plug in 4 transmitters into one receiver. I mean, that's crazy functionality. But they kind of just gutted the one thing that allowed us to integrate Pro Audio into the signal chain. So if you ask me, a little bit of a deal breaker. And maybe you don't need the 3.5mm jack, but listen, this is supposed to be the flagship model, meaning whatever features are on the DJI Mic 3, that is the best you're gonna get. And so my concern is, are we really never going to be able to get a lavalier jack on another DJI mic system moving forward? It just seems to me like they're really trying to go for the Apple approach, creating the walled garden, but not allowing you to integrate with other products. See, before with these DJI Mic 2s that I have in my hand, I could plug this thing in with almost anything. I mean, I have used this to connect my church audio mixer in with my iPhone. I've used it to run audio out of my digital audio workstation from my laptop. I've even used it as in-ear monitors, as odd as that sounds. And so this thing right here, this has been my Swiss Army knife. And now that the 3.5mm jack is gone off the DJI Mic 3, you're basically boxed into the internal microphone. And so it seems to me like they tried to replicate the success of the Mic Minis by trying to go for a smaller footprint on the Mic 3s. But in the process of doing so, if you ask me, they really kind of undercut themselves and some of the new features they were going for, like the timecode, cutting the one thing that appealed to professionals and prosumers. So as much as I like the idea of having timecode, what good is it without Pro Audio? Adding a pro-grade feature to a consumer-level product really only works if you allow the product itself to integrate with other professional gear. It just seems to me like DJI is trying to solve for an issue that the Mic Mini already took care of. Like, if I want to buy a Mic Mini, I'm just going to go buy the Mic Mini. I'm not about to replace my Swiss Army knife with a fancy bottle opener. I don't care how fancy you make it look. So if you ask me, if anything, DJI Mic 3s should have been the successor to the Mic Minis. They should have called it the Mic Mini 2s. And then they should have come out with a fully featured product that could fully integrate with your prosumer gear, your lavalier systems, house audios, in-ear monitors, all of that. But instead what we got was this weird hybrid transmitter that kind of sacrificed more than it should have in the first place. So, DJI, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, okay? Now look, you're not in trouble for now, but I'm gonna have to have a sit down with your mother and talk about it tonight. And we're gonna need to see some real improvement from you moving forward. In all seriousness, DJI, you kind of dropped the ball here. And you need to course correct, just like Apple did in 2022 when they came out with the M2 MacBook, where they put the ports back on the Mac, called it innovation, which is not innovation because you were just putting back what we should have never lost in the first place, but I digress, conversation for another day. Hear me out. The DJI Mic Pro. Think about it. Anyways, my name is Daniel with Church Cinematics, and I hereby pledge that I will never, ever try to sell you a VPN.